you.
Thank you.
You can't fool me. You're just happy you're not in New Hampshire listening to the Democrats debate. Yeah? How are you tonight? By the way, just so there are no misunderstandings after the show, I want to warn you. While you were online, you signed a pre-monologue agreement. Hello, 1, 2. What? Where's the lady who liked that? Did you like that one? Yeah, kind of. That was what it was. It was kind of a, yeah. It was kind of a takeoff on a prenup. You want to interpret these jokes for the rest? How are you, Tom?
Very well.
Where's Doc?
Doc is in Hawaii.
In Hawaii?
Yes, he is.
Lucky guy. What's he doing in Hawaii?
I don't know. He's probably honking on a conch or something like that.
Did he say probably honking on a conch? So far, I'm dying and you're a hit. Well, I guess he's over there probably playing some engagement, wouldn't you guess?
With the symphony.
With the Honolulu Symphony?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's very nice. You ever been to Hawaii?
No.
You'd like it there. It's very quiet, laid back. You lay into the sun, listen to hula girls, Hawaiian music.
Conchs.
Honk. You stand here. This is working all wrong. Anyway, thank you for coming tonight. You make up for last. I don't like to refer to audiences who were here the night before, but they're probably home now. And they were not kind of a group of deadbeats. They were kind of these are the kind of people who would line up at a complimentary salad bar with a wheelbarrow. You know the kind? Well, I guess tonight the 8 Democratic candidates debate in New Hampshire, and tomorrow, of course, is the all-important swimsuit competition. All right. Now, you have quite a choice on television tonight, whether you know this or not. The Democrats' debate is opposite a Dean Martin roast. Right. So you can either watch cheap jokes, insults, and tasteless remarks, or you can watch the Dean Martin roast. I guess all the candidates are now in New Hampshire. Yesterday, Jesse Jackson met with the New Hampshire chapter of the B'nai B'rith. It was held in a photomat booth in New Hampshire. Walter Mondale, I guess, looks like the front runner, and it very well could be Mondale and Reagan in November. Fritz and Ronnie. What would it be? Sounds like a dance team on Star Search. Now from Barstow, Fritz and Ronnie. Now, John Glenn has a real distinction when it comes to movies. You know, they made a movie about his life called The Right Stuff. And last night, CBS showed a movie about his campaign in Iowa called Taps. No. Now, I like John Glenn, and to give him credit, he's going all out in New Hampshire. He said he's trying to enlist the aid of some of his friends from the astronaut days. But I understand R2-D2 is committed already to Mondale. R2-D2? Candidate Reuben Askew. That's right. Said today he may drop out of the race. Yeah, I know. That's okay. It's going to leave last place free for Ernest Hollings. Hollings will move up in the polls. Want to sit with a lady over here? Mondale is going after President Reagan. Have you seen some of his remarks? Mm-hmm. It's getting nasty. He said about Reagan, he said, President Reagan, because Mondale said he takes too many vacations, you know, should be at the White House more. And Reagan said today, people who say I take too many vacations don't know what they're talking about. I agree with Mondale. I mean, you pay a guy that kind of money, he shouldn't take a lot of vacations. But Reagan says he doesn't take time off. He takes, as he put it, working vacations. He also said he doesn't sleep during the day. He takes working naps. No, the president works hard on vacation. He's got he keeps a cordless hotline in his saddlebag at the ranch. What? Good. Mondale accused Reagan of having amnesia. Now, actually, that's nothing new. All politicians get amnesia after they're elected. Remember, they always say, I promised what? Reagan also said... what else is new? Anyway, you remember last week when, I guess it was a couple of weeks ago, when we set up the latest space shuttle and they lost 2 satellites? Counting those items, according to NASA, there is now orbiting the Earth something like 5,137 pieces of space junk. Rocket boosters and stuff, I guess it just keeps orbiting the Earth. But NASA has a great plan. Next week, they're going to orbit a giant hefty bag. You saving anything you haven't used? We have an exciting show tonight. Later on, John Houseman will be out here to tell us all the money he receives from McDonald's for making those commercials is blown on A1 sauce. He will be here. I knew that was. We have with us tonight Miss Suzanne Plachette is here. One of my favorite people. An amazing juggler and comedian, Michael Davis, is here. Will astound you. And a very fine young actor who has a role in the television program St. Elsewhere, Ed Begley Jr. is with us. And some other things. So stay where you are. We'll be right back. Hawaii's a lovely place.
Yes.
You've been to Hawaii.
Oh, sure.
Of course. Yeah.
Love it there.
That's where Doc is tonight. Honking a conch.
Honking a conch.
Before we continue, I had a letter I received the other day. I guess the young man's in the audience. His name is Larry Boyle. We haven't met. Are you in the audience, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, strong voice. He says, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Larry Boyle. He's an aspiring actor. About a year and a half ago, I noticed an article in the Los Angeles Times about a cleanup campaign taking place in Hollywood. And they were looking for people to adopt a star on the Walk of Fame. I assume most of you know what that is. They have a lot of stars, I guess, Hollywood Boulevard and Vine Street, with various celebrities from motion pictures, television, etc. I thought to myself, self? No, he doesn't have that. What an interesting idea, and if I were to adopt a star, who would it be? He says he wanted to adopt my star. It's very nice. He says, I called the office of the Hollywood Cleanup and Restoration Council to see if your star was available, and was informed that, and I don't, it's kind of nice. Johnny Carson had 18 people that wanted his star.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and a drawing would be held to see who would get it. Well, I won it. And for the past year and a half, I have been polishing your star each month. That's nice.
I've been doing that for 26 years.
Yeah. That's why you're living in a big house. He says, at least once a month and sometimes more often when needed. Anyways, this was in the audience tonight. That's kind of nice.
Very nice.
Do you really polish it, Larry? Where is Larry?
Right here.
Come on down for a second. We got a minute or so. I've never heard this one. This is Larry Boyle. Hello, Larry.
How you doing?
How are you? This is Mr. McMahon.
All right, good to see you.
What's going on? How are you? You look a little bit somebody, and I don't know who it is. Larry Boyle, I guess.
Yes,
That's you.
that's me.
How's the acting work going?
It's going great.
Are you really?
I'm training now, and I'm doing shows.
Are you
improv
really
shows.
do this now, or are you putting me on?
Yes, right in front of the Hollywood Palace.
That's what somebody said. I've never seen it, but it's on Vine Street, I guess.
Yes.
Now, you go there at a particular time of day?
The first Saturday of each month.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have a meeting at the Restoration Council office.
Yeah?
Everybody
you go out
comes
and
down.
polish it, Star?
Oh, yeah.
What do you use on it?
Well, you start out... you start out with water.
Yeah?
And then clean it with some ammonia.
Yeah.
And then finish up with Brasso.
Isn't that nice? How's it looking?
Looks great.
Yeah. Once a month usually does that?
Yes.
Well, that's very nice. You don't get paid for this. This is just like a civic.
No, it's just to get Hollywood back to the original glamour, help clean up and...
That would be nice. It needs a little work down there. Well, you said you'd like to have a picture, and so I made one out for you this afternoon.
Great.
It says to Larry, my star polisher. Okay, great. Thank you, Larry. Good luck.
Very nice.
That's nice. A nice young man. No, these people do that because they want to kind of get the community together and make Hollywood at least give a little bit of glamour. Okay, but you know, we're still in what we call in television the ratings weeks, or sweeps. This is when all the ratings are taken of all the television shows, local and national. You've probably noticed even the news shows are not above engaging a little bit of, what would you call it?
Titillation.
Titillation, controversy. The stories they put on sweep weeks are like police raiding massage parlors, the new fashions in lingerie. Happens to be very newsworthy. Well, what bugs me, I don't know about you, have you ever noticed during the night that the newscasters come in and kind of tease the story that's coming up on the 11 o'clock news? And they hook you.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy sitting in the news with his tie is off, his coat's off.
He's working.
He's working, though.
Yeah.
He says, coming up at 11, and they give you a little bit of information.
Yeah.
I remember seeing once, a year ago, it says, famous Hollywood star, Oscar award winner, dies. Details at 11. Now you go crazy.
Yeah.
You think of all the people who've, and you think maybe it's somebody quite young. It turned out to be Donald Crisp. Now, Donald Crisp at the time, I think, was 85 years old.
Yeah.
He'd won an Oscar, I think, for How Green Was My Valley. But that was the urgent,
Yeah, pressing news.
pressing news. So what we did, we put together some typical headlines. The headlines are invariably a lot more provocative than the actual news story. For example, I'll give you what they say about 9 o'clock on the 9 o'clock break for the 11 o'clock news.
Right.
Then you'll find out what the story is. Japanese take over American naval vessel. Film at 11. Now, would you tune in for that?
Sure.
What really happened was 400 Japanese Panasonic salesmen boarded the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland. That was the story. Princess Di expecting triplets. This story and more at 11. That grabbed you, wouldn't it? What they didn't say was the triplets she was expecting were 3 London meter maids who had a date with Prince Andrew. Now, how would you like to hear this at the 9 o'clock news break? President Reagan gets rid of Bush. News special. You're ahead of me. You're right. He was clearing some brush in Santa Barbara. Accidentally chopped down Nancy's favorite ficus plant. See, that's not fair. Los Angeles man reveals how he lost 25 pounds in just 5 hours. Further report at 11. Lost his luggage on a flight to New York.
Oh, terrible.
Yes, it is terrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Police discover huge cache of drugs in Hollywood. Highlights at 11. What they didn't say, a truck loaded with Maalox overturned on the San Diego freeway. Gold discovered in Beverly Hills. Stay tuned for details at 11. Well, what happened? A busboy at Chasen's crawled under the table, retrieved one of Elizabeth Taylor's earrings. A gold earring. Try another one of these. See if this would grab you. American pilot shot down over the Pacific. Details coming up.
Oh.
Well, what happened? It was on the 9 a.m. flight to Hawaii. A Pan Am pilot got his face slapped when he tried to grab a stewardess's buns. And he was shot down over the Pacific. Famous singer. What's wrong with it? What causes that?
I don't know.
Famous singer implicated in the slaughter of more than 500. Well, now, come on. The 500 slaughter were hogs, and the famous singer was Jimmy Dean. Sausages.
Sausage.
Huh?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, that happens every single day in the newsroom. I guess you could probably do that maybe once a week or certainly once a month, every time your star is polished. No.
Up scope. Down scope.
Goodbye, bit.
Goodbye bit. Good idea. Good idea.
Yes.
And well done.
Yes.
Yes. It's well done. It wasn't the guy's fault. There's not the night for it. Some night that goes, some nights it doesn't.
Film at 11.
And now a word from Andreessen. Not Andreessen, Anderson. The country's leading manufacturer. Anderson. Leading manufacturer of high-quality windows. Honking a conch. My first guest. She's one of my favorite people. She is most talented. She can play drama, comedy, and she's a great gal. And she's going to be starring in Suzanne Pleshette is Maggie Briggs. It's a half-hour comedy series which premieres March 4th on another network. Would you welcome, please, Miss Suzanne Pleshette? So you're going back into the show business, huh?
Well, I'm going into show, but you know, if you think
You've
of
been
it,
off television for a little while.
I've been off a series
Yeah?
for 6 years.
Was the Newhart series
Newhart
six
show,
years ago?
the first Newhart show,
Yeah.
the Bob Newhart
Yeah.
show, ended in 6 years ago.
That's hard to believe.
And in the course of this time,
Right,
they've sent a lot of stuff my way.
right.
I have spared you from such things, America, you don't know. I should get a medal for what I
Really?
refuse to do.
Bad stuff?
Wrong, bad, dumb stinks.
What were some of the ideas they had you playing? You play a newspaper woman in this, don't you?
I play a New York newspaper
Yeah.
woman, born and raised in New York, raised in Greenwich Village.
And
I'm
you-
tough, I'm street
and you're
smart, I'm
from-
gritty.
Gritty.
I'm a sexual animal in this.
Is this going to have overtime?
Oh, is this working for you, John?
Does that do it?
Did you just doze off?
I thought you had some kind of tick or something.
Larry cleans me too, and I don't even have a star.
What? Oh, come on. You don't have a...
The brass-
You don't have a star?
I
now?
don't have a star.
Why
I
not?
never, John.
Why not?
I have never had a hit. Stop and think about
Oh,
it.
come on.
No.
You've done
you know me
motion
100.
pictures, you've done stage, you've done television.
That's right. 104. I even did radio. I'm so old. You know me 104 years. I have these nice, quiet triumphs, but I have never had a hit. America, I'm pleading with you. This is it. It's over for me if this doesn't work. You
Oh,
know, I
come
mean,
on
don't
now.
feel it that you have to make Maggie Briggs a hit.
You don't mean that.
No, I don't. No, I do mean that I've never had a smash
Yeah.
hit. I mean, after Newhart was off the air for
But
a
you
couple
do
of years,
such-
they went, oh, you know what? She was good. Really, they wrote about it afterwards. But
you
while
do
I was
such
there, they dozed
you
off.
do such good work in everything you do. I'm serious.
I think so.
You do wonderful work. And you're from New York?
Yeah, I'm from New York. I'm tough. I'm street smart. I'm gritty.
Gritty.
I'm saying I'm 33 and I'm lying.
Are you there? Is that what
There's a
you-
lot of diffusion, and they don't get in too close. You know what I mean?
Is that what your age is in the series?
Yes, if you believe that. I have some swampland I want to sell. I still have that apartment for sale, you know? We have the best writer in America.
Yeah.
Obviously, he should have written some of your stuff earlier.
We've got fine writers on
You
there.
have.
We've
That
got-
was good material.
we have
And
great-
you did it well, but they were
We-
dozing
we
off. They were
have-
still with Larry.
We have great writers on the show.
You do?
We really do.
You do. And any of you who would like to do Maggie Briggs, I'll talk to you in the hall. No, Charlie Houck, who wrote Mauds, a lot of Mauds, his mother. Mom, hi, Mrs. Houck. And a wonderful cast.
Yeah.
Do you know Ken McMillan? He's been in every movie you've ever seen. He's a character actor.
Probably one of those people that...
Ragtime. I don't want to give you all his credits because his mother can come here. And Shara Denise, Peter Falk's wife.
Oh, she's pretty...
Do the words Shara Denise mean anything to you?
A juggler?
A juggler, right. She works with my thing. Can I tell you a story before you go to a commercial?
Sure.
I'll tell you the guts I have. This is a great-looking broad. And she plays my best friend in the show. She plays a lingerie model.
Well, that shows
So
that
she
you're
obviously-
very secure
yeah.
then.
And she's tasteful, right? A lingerie model with another fur every 5 minutes that we never explain. So we went to lunch. Shara and I went to a local restaurant in Beverly Hills, and it was like a segment out of the show. It was one of those days when I didn't get it together. I looked like somebody's aunt. I mean, it was like the wrong jacket, and the hair didn't work. And I got there. She had earrings down here, And the blouse is kind of falling off, and one of them are kind of just almost peeking out. And we're talking, we're very involved, and she got up to go to the bathroom because she just says television, so she still goes to the bathroom. And I'm sitting there, and there are 4 men at that table, and I see them, and they're men with hair and ties and suits, grown-ups.
Yes.
And they're going, drooling. And I said, yes, you can catch both of us in March on another
You're
channel.
kidding.
And they're looking at me like, no,
But
I swear to you. I got up, I showed them my legs, they went, oh.
But you're secure,
I
aren't
am
you?
secure. I went home and I said to Tommy, it's over for me.
Are you the jealous type?
Of her?
No, of any, just generally.
No, I'm not. No.
Are you jealous of Tommy? If he looks
No,
at
I think it's wonderful when other women find him attractive. It's good for him and it's good for me. It takes the pressure off of me. It's the man bothers me all the time.
I see. Just
And I need my rest. I'm into stardom now.
I see. That's. But gritty.
Gritty, I'm tough, I'm street smart, I'm gritty.
Gritty.
Can I mention the other actors? Because I've
Sure.
been killed. Stephen Lee, who inhaled every carbohydrate in Los Angeles. He's chubby but talented. And Alison LaPlaca, who plays, can I say, a bitch? She does it
She plays
very
a
well.
dog?
Yeah, that's right. She plays, you know these broads.
Haven't you ever heard that term apply to an animal before? What's wrong with you people?
That's right. Do you know the ones with the pearls and the cashmere, whose teeth are locked all the time? She plays one of those.
Right. I'll hope it's a big hit for you.
Oh, I pray to all of you.
Well,
I pray to, listen, I bought my parents an apartment. The payments are coming up.
this is not going to work.
If you don't like the show, send me $1.
I don't think that plea is going to work.
You don't have to stay home.
It's honest. but
Send
I
it
don't-
here.
I don't think that'll
Johnny
work.
will give it all to me.
That'll be something new. Let's take a break here on that provocative message, and we'll be right back.
I guess I shouldn't plead.
We're back. This is Ann Pichette. Michael Davis is here. I want to ask you a question now. Seriously. I get letters all the time from people who want to come to Hollywood, to be an actor, comedian, and so forth. I never really know what to tell them except, to get local experience. You must get this from young ladies who want to come out and they think, you must come to Hollywood and be discovered. What advice would you give me if you got a letter and saying, I want to be an actress, but I want to be out where the movies are made? I drove by MGM the other day. I'd be in Culver City. And I saw a young kid standing out in front with a sign saying, audition me, at the gate, like the executives would stop. That's not the way to do it, I would assume.
I would imagine that they call that person in at least and say, for having such tenacity.
Right.
And at least spoke with them.
Is there any way to go about it?
It's
I didn't
real
mean this to be a
tough
heavy
out
question.
here because, see, I started in New York.
Right.
And anybody could walk into an open audition and you could read for a Broadway play with no agent, no experience.
Right.
If you were right for it and good, you got it. I don't know what to tell the kids here.
Yeah.
But I know that when we were reading young people for our show, it was lightweight out there. There was not a lot of good stuff coming in.
Right.
And it seemed to me that in New York or out of theater training, there were more disciplined, better trained people.
A lot of the shows in
that
the
are
last
coming
few
around
years.
here.
A lot of shows in the last few years, specifically, I think, Barney Miller. You saw a great number of actors that you had never seen
That's right.
before, and a lot of them seem to come out of New York
They're
theater.
coming out of repertory companies
Yeah.
all around the country, and that seems to be the best training.
Do you believe that old cliche about if you have the talent, it will you'll be discovered? You hear that all the time. Well, it's just a matter of time. I don't particularly hold to that.
No, I don't either. I think it's a lot of things. I think it's good training, tenacity,
Yeah.
good fortune.
And a certain amount of luck and timing.
Yeah, I think that's very true. When I was studying in New York at the Neighborhood Playhouse a long time ago, one of the most talented people in our class decided to go home and never worked as a professional actress. And is probably in a community theater somewhere in the South,
Right.
and was so extraordinarily talented and isn't doing anything. And I, who had a modest talent compared to that lady, are still hanging around pleading for money.
It's not going to work. I know you fairly well. We've known each other a number of years. You're not an exercise nut. You cannot pick up a Sunday supplement. You cannot watch a television show nowadays without an aerobic class or a cassette of this workout and that workout, that constant emphasis on staying young
John,
and firm.
you know this.
But
I
you
am
do-
morally opposed to exercise. which is why I have no children.
But you just don't get into that, huh?
No, I don't approve of it. I don't think it works for me. Gravity has worked for me. Everything is in a better place. And I don't want to firm it up and have it perky again. You never noticed it when it was up there.
You just don't get into
That's it. That's where it is. Now it's fine for me.
But you're in good shape.
I am in good shape. I must say one thing, by the way. I left out one very important name, John Getz, who is our romantic leading man. I left him out because I'm so sexually attracted to him.
Oh, really?
That it goes out of my brain because Tommy can read my mind.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's just wonderful, and he's part of our show and great.
All right, we're going to take a break. Michael Davis is going to be out in a moment. Ed Begley Jr. is also here, so stay where you are. Okay, we're back. I've always been a great fan of specialty acts or variety acts in vaudeville because you know the time and the energy and the talent it takes to do it. Michael Davis is one of those uniquely talented people, and he's going to be performing at the New Mexico State University on February 27th. He'll be at the University of Texas at Arlington on the 5th of March. Currently in Los Angeles, he's appearing in the play Sugar Babies at the Pantages Theater. Would you welcome Michael Davis? Michael?
Hello, I'm Michael Davis. Thank you. Before I start my act, I'd like to explain an old show business expression. It's said that a comic is a person who says funny things, but a comedian says things funny. This makes me a juggler. Thank you. Even so, I have an unusual philosophy about the art of juggling. I don't think it's important how many. I find it's not what you do, but how you do it. The important thing is style. As a youth, I didn't quite understand this philosophy. Consequently, I used to practice and practice with 2 balls in one hand. Till I was almost blind. This is not a difficult juggling trick. A really good juggler can do this and even look away. You can even glance around the room. But wait, there's more. Watch as I attempt to place the 3rd ball in the pattern. Now that would be cheating. If I were to take out these 2 extra balls and show them and not actually use them. So. Just teasing. Here we go. This will be 5 balls up in the air at one time. In a sense, more than 5. The eyeballs. That makes 8 altogether. But why bore you with my problems? Here we go. Now, five-ball juggling is not a difficult trick for me. The five-ball catching is a very difficult trick for me. I'll attempt to juggle the 5 balls now. This is a trick that requires absolute silence from the audience. Thank you for helping me. Oh. No, no, no. I don't need your pity. Let me try it again. It's trying to end very... Uh-oh. Sometimes it gets kind of windy in these television studios. Just toss that to me. Just toss that to me. Thank you very much. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Now I'd like to show you how you can learn to juggle with simple, ordinary objects that you may have in your own home. The ordinary bowling ball. Juggling 1 bowling ball is no big deal. Juggling 3 bowling balls is a big deal. It requires quickness, but most of all, strength. Nobody knows. Here we go, 3 bowling balls. Most important thing is that first throw. Watch closely, this won't take long.
My next guest is a young actor who can be seen on NBC's St. Elsewhere on Wednesday nights. He was nominated for an Emmy last year. He's the son of a fine character actor, Academy Award winner, who was a frequent guest on The Tonight Show when we came out of New York. Would you welcome Ed Begley, Jr.? Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Here.
How are
Yes,
you?
I've been real good.
We talk Academy Award time is not far off. We were talking about it the other day. Your dad won for, I thought it was for something else. It was Sweet Bird, right?
Sweet Bird of Youth,
Sweet Bird of Youth.
1962, a fine film.
Yeah. Your dad did, what, hundreds, 150, 200 pictures, something like
I
that?
think he did. He did 100 some odd. A lot of movies.
Yeah.
12 Angry Men, other
That's
fine
so,
films.
that was a great show. Somebody told me, I've had actors on before, and I said, where do you keep your Academy Awards? And someone said, well, I use it for a doorstop, or I put it in a closet. Your dad didn't do that, I understand.
No,
He was really proud of the fact he had Academy Award.
He was so proud of it. This is the truth. He carried it around in the trunk of the car. And my sister, other family members will back this up. He carried it around, and people, you know how people somebody, can I get a picture of you? You know, you're somewhere in Des Moines, and can I get a picture?
Yeah.
And he would say, wait, I have my Oscar with me. This is the truth. And he would
nice.
bring it out and hold it, and they'd take a picture with it. And for some strange reason, I don't think it was intentional, but I never got to hold the Oscar. These people, you know, in Neo show would be holding it,
Right.
and I never got to touch it. It kind of hurt my feelings. And one day, finally, we were at LAX, we were going somewhere, and he went to get a plane ticket. He said, here, hold this for a second, and I got to get the first class ticket. And he went off to the thing, and I was so scared to hold it, I dropped it, and I broke it.
Oh, good Lord.
He came, okay, I got the tickets, and Eddie, you broke Oscar. I was, oh boy.
But they replaced it. They replaced it.
They
I
replaced
imagine.
it. They fixed it, but it was kind of scary for a minute. You know, that voice he had.
Oh, yeah, he was a little threat. Was he rather intimidating as a father?
He was a wonderful father, but he had that, you know, that presence, you know,
Yes.
he was in radio for years, and he had that sound and that voice. I could hear him blocks away, Eddie!
I could rattle the...
Eddie! And he had a whistle, but he was a great father. He was a very good father. He did a lot of great things for my sister and I.
That's
and,
great.
He was wonderful.
That's nice. You were a stand-up comic at one time, or you started to be.
Yeah, I did it for a few years. I actually started in the mid-'60s with a partner, Michael Richards,
Right.
Who still does a lot of stand-up. He's very good. And I played at the Troubadour in this club and that club back east around the country. But I finally got tired of it. Somewhere in the mid-'70s, I got tired of it. I had a lot of hard luck, really.
Yeah.
I had bad nights. You know what those are like?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And I
What was your worst bad night you had? You
I
remember?
had a night at a club in Los Angeles where I went out to get some props for my car.
Right.
And I had one of my bits was a police bit, and I had a cop uniform. You know, I had different outfits. I'd change and put on wigs and this and that. It was a crazy act. And I came out in this cop outfit to get some props. And these cops came up and said, okay, wait a second. What are you doing? I said, oh, no, I'm an actor. I'm playing here. You can check with them. I said, no, you're impersonating an officer. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I figured I'd reason with him. I went talk to the desk sergeant at the place. You know, no, this guy does a knuckle walk over to where I'm standing. You know, Cro-Magnon. And so I didn't get anywhere with him. They locked me up for 3 days in county jail.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. For impersonating an officer. And it was I did some of my best comedy work, I think, in that cell. Because you have to be funny to keep their mind off many other things. And so I did, I think, my best work. I was very entertaining.
They wouldn't buy the explanation that you were an actor?
No.
That's
And
weird.
jail, it's as corny as you might imagine. The guys literally were in there, you know, guys with cigarettes. What's your beef, man? They literally, it's like a bad movie.
Just what you see in the picture?
Yes, and they're in there for like, in all seriousness, second-degree murder, some of them in the same cell with me, assault with a deadly weapon. This is prime beef, I think.
Yeah.
You know, this is very good beef. I'm there for impersonating an officer. I'm a young actor. This
Right.
is beef jerky. This is not good beef.
So you gave that up quickly?
Very quickly. Enough with the act, back to TV, and I started in TV with Fred, where is he? Fred de
Really?
Cordova gave me my first job on My Three Sons in 1967.
The Fred McMurray Show.
That's right. And thank you for that. And for this.
You had to be pretty young then.
I was 17 years old.
Yeah. That's a good show to start on. Now, the character you do in St. Elsewhere just got married recently, right?
Yeah, I just got married, and it's kind of a rocky marriage. We have our share of problems. We, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You've seen the show, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I can empathize with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And we just have a lot of problems, and there's a clip, I think, if we can show that.
Okay, let's hurry up, get into it, and then...
Okay.
Does it show some of the...
Yeah, there's a clip where I'm talking with another doctor here, and he's about to get married, and my marriage has kind of gone awry. So
Okay.
if that clip is ready, we can roll that.
Watch the monitor.
Did you know the government once dumped highly radioactive gold? Now it's turning up all over America in the form of necklaces, bracelets, wedding rings.
I wouldn't panic till your finger falls off.
Don't you see? It's a cosmic symbol. The wedding band, once put on, never to be removed. It has a potential to kill slowly, painfully.
I thought you and Roberta worked out all your problems.
I wish. Do this, do that, go there, stay here. Whenever someone tells me how to run my life, man, I rear back.
Try being taken for granted.
How about being called a jackass over the hospital PA system? I can still hear the snickering.
Yeah, she has absolutely no idea what I do for a living.
That's what happens when you have nothing in common.
Oh, yeah. You mean like her insisting on an appearance at the fundraiser after the kind of day we put in today?
Exactly. This whole relationship is a big mistake. It's right up there with Napoleon's invasion of Russia and the Watergate tapes.
Well, that's not exactly true. I mean, she's a funny, intelligent, sexy woman.
Yeah, but would you want to spend the rest of your life with her?
Worth a try.
Craig says once you're stuck, man, you are stuck for good.
What the difference what Craig thinks? I mean, it's not his life.
You're right, man. That does it. I'm gonna go home and tell her.
Yeah, tonight's the night.
My mind's made up.
Mine too.
I'm getting
Get
divorced.
married.
Good switch. Getting both married. Good one. Yes.
I gotta say hello. I gotta say hello to Suzanne from Mark Tinker,
Yes.
who's our producer on St. Elsewhere, and he loves you. And
It's my son.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is
Wonderful guy.
Grant's.
Yeah.
Babe.
You married yourself?
Yes, I'm married. My wife is here. She's backstage watching with my 2 children.
Oh, good.
And yeah, she's a wonderful gal. 2 wonderful kids, Nick and Amanda, and hello to them.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. We just have time to thank everybody. Look, I wish you much luck on St. Elsewhere. It's a quality show.
Thank
It's
you.
a good television
There's one
show.
person besides Mark I wanted to mention, Bruce Paltrow, our producer, and he's a wonderful guy, and he makes it all really come together, too.
Right. I hope it runs for years.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Your show premieres
March 4th.
March 4th on another network.
On another network at 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m. Good luck with it.
Thank you, darling.
Good night. I'm humbled by that applause.